Next we have Remi Kanazi. Remi Kanazi is a Palestinian-American poet, writer, actor, and editor. He is the co-founder of PoeticInjustice.net and the editor of the recently released anthology of poetry, Poets for Palestine. He has appeared in the New York Arab American Comedy Festival, and his political commentary has been featured in many publications throughout the world. He is also a regular contributor to The Listening Post and various other Al Jazeera English programs. We are pleased to have Remi with us tonight, who will be sharing some of his most valuable works.
A poet, so we like to be a little bit more intimate. I want to thank Rosina for having me out, and Shadi for having me out, and all the other organizers. I actually was lucky enough to perform here a few weeks back, and you know, like a Grateful Dead fan, I'm doing a few shows with George Galloway this week, so I get to travel around like a groupie. So it's really a pleasure, and I'm just going to do a few pieces before we get into the main event. I'm the editor of Poets for Palestine. We're selling it in the back. We sell it retail for $16, $15 at shows. We have a broke college kid discount for $10, because I know pizza's important too. So I'm going to do the piece that's featured in the book. I'll talk just a minute about it later, but this is called Palestinian Identity. I grew up in Western Massachusetts. It was very white Irish Catholic, not so many Palestinians, even less Arabs. So I had to write a poem for my white friends growing up. I was born overseas, a refugee, with little knowledge of myself or my ancestry. Growing up in American society, you conform to the mentality. I watched MTV, envied actors and people who drove Mercedes. I didn't listen to Public Enemy or read Edward Said, comprehend the need for autonomy. I was a dark kid trying to be a white kid, acting like a black kid in my middle-class economy. But my mom didn't speak this language perfectly, and I was reminded with certainty. My name wasn't Ali or Punjabi MC, not Khalid, Rashid, or anyone from Aladdin's family. I was just a name. But who was me, I asked the question quietly. As my relatives suffered unjustly, fighting oppression in Mideast countries, what is Palestinian identity? What was preventing me from seeing what others pointed out so easily? It's scary not having autonomy. The only one with a permanent tan on the baseball team. I know, I look like that terrorist in that movie. Yeah, the biggest nose in 3 counties, but I think I figured it out eventually. I'm a Palestinian American, standing proudly with one foot on democracy and the other seeking autonomy. While the media tries to rewrite my people's history, I'll always be me, with my roots planted firmly, American with Palestinian ancestry, planting seeds for hybrid ideology and lands of productivity. You see, these schemes aren't just a dream. It's what I say, know, and mean. And one day the truth will be seen, with transparency. So I step forward, a part of the team, the true essence of what I believe to be American Palestinian identity. The next poem I'm going to do is called A Poem for Gaza, and it was written during the bombardment when 1,350 Palestinians were killed in a matter of 22 days. It's pretty self-explanatory. People have talked about it a lot, so this goes out to the people of Gaza. I never knew death until I saw the bombing of a refugee camp. Craters filled with disfigured elbows and splattered torsos, but no sign of a face. The only impression a fading scream. I never understood pain until a 7-year-old girl clutched my hand, stared up at me with soft brown eyes waiting for answers. And I didn't have any. I had dry pens in my back pocket that couldn't fill pages of understanding or resolution. In her other hand, she held the key to her grandmother's house. But I couldn't unlock the cell that caged her older brothers. They said, we slingshot dreams so the other side will feel our father's presence. A craftsman. Built homes in areas where no one was building, and when he fell, he was silent. A .50 caliber bullet tore through his neck, shredding his vocal cords. Too close to the wall, his hammer must have been a weapon. He must have been a weapon. Encroaching on settlement hills and demographics. So his daughter studies mathematics. 7 explosions times 8 bodies equals 4 congressional resolutions. 7 Apache helicopters times 8 Palestinian villages equals silence and a second Nakba. Our birth rate minus 3rd birth rate equals 1 sea and 400 villages re-erected. 1 state plus 2 peoples, and she can't stop crying. Never knew revolution or the proper equation. Tears at the pages with her fingertips, searching for answers but only has teachers. Looks to the sky and sees stars of David demolishing squalor with hellfire missiles. She thinks back words and memories of his last hug before he turned and fell. Now she pumped dirty water from wells while settlements divide and conquer, and her father's killer sits beachfront with European vernacular. She thinks back words while they think back words of obscene notions and indigenous confusion. This is our land, she said. She's 7 years old. This is our land, she said. And she doesn't need history books or schoolroom teachers. She has these walls, this sky, her refugee camp. She doesn't know the proper equation, but she sees my dry pens, no longer waiting for my answers, just holding her grandmother's key, searching for ink.